Hey, what is up, lovelies? It is Lynn the Gacha Goblin, and we have a little bit of a serious topic to talk about today. And it just goes to show that the internet is a scary place where people will abuse their power and basically take advantage of fans in this space. So let's talk about this. I have been seeing this pretty frequently the past few days, past 2 days really, about this user, Colonel Caleb. So this post with "Still with You, Silas," or Nova, she posted here, okay, so for those who are confused, there is an account called Colonel Caleb, and he is being exposed for sexually harassing multiple people in Lad's fandom, which has shaken up a lot of people. This is a thread of some of what has come out. We'll add more if there is some. Now, I have gone through a lot of these posts, and I have to say that it is purely shocking. It is simply shocking what basically transpired. Now, let us really dive into what exactly happened, who this individual is. So Colonel Caleb, I already searched up who they were. Let us just go to their account here. So this is Colonel Caleb. Now, they look like they are a fairly new account. I don't know if they have any other account, but they are a roleplay account for Caleb. And they have been using this account to talk to many girls who are fans of loving Deepspace and saying very inappropriate things to them. That has basically been outed now because DMs have been leaked, okay? Not only DMs, but text messages have been leaked, and it is quite honestly shaking to see exactly how much this person has basically just abused the role of Caleb. Like, a lot of the things that I saw here, it doesn't even give Caleb aura, you know what I'm saying? Like, there is no personality of Caleb here. It just feels like this dude who just decided to troll all of these women who are fans of Caleb. And it is crazy. Honestly, it is so crazy because I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, I cannot believe somebody thought of creating a roleplay account just to talk to women and to send them disgusting things. Like the things that this person was sending to multiple strangers online was astonishing. It was simply astonishing, and it is really crazy. It is really crazy to see that, so many people fell for this. And honestly, I'm not surprised because we already know that this fandom has a problem with the underaged players. Now, I'm not saying that they are explicitly a problem because they're around. I'm saying that they shouldn't be part of this fandom because they are underaged, because of things specifically like this. Okay, not only are the contents in the game getting more risque, but there are predators out there who will take advantage of the characters themselves, embody these characters, and use it to their advantage to seek out young girls in this fandom and take advantage of them. Okay, it is so disgusting to see, and I am so sad that there are people who are victims of somebody who did this to them. This is something that they sent, okay? This is not okay. This is not okay coming from a complete stranger, okay? Not unless you are completely 100% delulu and thinking that the person that you're talking to is actually Caleb will you find this mildly interesting, okay? But to kind of just shake you awake and to realize that this person is just a random dude or a random, look, I don't even know if they're really male on the other end of this. People were saying that they are. I'm going to believe that they are male, but it has sparked a discussion amongst all of the players about whether or not men should be allowed to play Love in Deepspace. Now, I have my own take on this, because I have seen many positive, many, I say as I only know two, but I know some positive male, I guess, figures in this space, who are really kind. They are not particularly attracted to any of the love interests per se, like they wouldn't actually date them, but they are positive people in this space who shine a guiding light towards the men who may find this game interesting. Now, if you don't know who I'm talking about Nate Doggo on YouTube, and also Kiwi on YouTube as well. Kiwi hasn't really been doing many lads things, but Nate has been playing lads very frequently on stream, really regularly, almost every week. He missed this last week because of his mom's birthday, but they are examples of men who are actually respectful to this space, to what Love in Deepspace is, to what kind of game this is. And yet now, because there are so many people like this Colonel Caleb out there taking advantage of young women, or players of this game, there has been more of a consensus around this statement here that is shared by Snow Crow Kane. Now, honestly, because of everything that has transpired, I cannot blame anybody who thinks this way, because, you know, yeah, it's the loud minority or the loud majority of men who just don't understand what Love in Deepspace is, that they abuse their interactions with females. And so Jules here says, yeah, straight men need to be vetted in this community. I don't care how not woke that makes me sound, but this being such a female-oriented space, making fandom content about these fictional men is only a matter of time before a real-life man use it to prey on us. Now, I understand that you know, in any space where women are, men always find a way of making it feel unsafe for women. Whether they mean to, or they don't mean to, or they're not aware, there is always that thought in the back of a woman's mind, am I safe here? And Love in Deepspace has been this community of women who have always felt safe with each other in terms of being around other women, because it is inherently an otome game. That being said, there are many people who are welcome into this space. I find that they are welcome into this space as long as they respect one another, they respect the otome culture, they respect this game and its community behind it. So it is not only really geared towards men, but it is geared towards anybody who wants to take advantage of the characters and of the power that these characters kind of hold over all of us in our Delulu minds. So it is not only towards men, it is towards anybody who would think that they can basically abuse their power. This whole situation is very closely similar to that of the fake Silas that we had exposed previously on this channel. They had the power as a quote-unquote role player over a huge population of female players on TikTok, on multiple different platforms, exploiting them for money. This situation is this person who is pretending to be Caleb and exploiting them for maybe sexual favors. I mean, as you can see on the screen right now, it is a very serious situation. And unfortunately, there are many different victims of this who have been spoken to in this way, non-consensually, and it is very concerning. So apparently this Colonel Caleb is 25 years old, who was speaking to multiple people who were like 19, who were much younger, who were sometimes around the same age. and it feels like that he was specifically preying on those who were younger because they are more innocent, quote unquote. He liked to use that term innocent in his little posts. So it is concerning. It is something that is definitely worth bringing up to warn people in this community that there are those who will take advantage of the power that Lads has. So whenever you're communicating with a role player online, I think, you should also be aware that there is somebody controlling that account. I've seen many role-playing accounts that are completely innocent, completely, just for the funsies out there, and that is the fun ones that you should really interact with, right? And they're the ones who know and understand the characters too. So when it comes to something like this, like there are those, I guess, checklist things that you should kind of vibe out. Like, is the person really embodying the real character in the correct way? Are they mischaracterizing them? If they are, do they even play the game, kind of thing? If they're mischaracterizing the character, do they play the game? Do they understand who the character is? Are they in any way abusing their power with their audience? Those kind of things are very important to think about in any fandom, really. Not only with Lads, but in any space, any role-playing account out there that you may stumble across on. I think that is a very safe way of going about things, and hopefully, this comes off as a warning to those who like to be chronically online. But yeah, it is scary. Just goes to show that the internet really can be a scary place, with a lot of people who want to abuse their power and take advantage of those who are maybe a little bit more naive, So hopefully this is more of a wake-up call to anybody out there. I am not singling out, I don't want to really single out any particular gender or sexuality out there, because let's face it, humans are humans, and humans can be the worst people, the worst beings on this planet, especially to one another. So regardless of any of that, if you see somebody who is abusing their powers or abusing their social media presence, speak up about it, talk about it, and at least, this was kind of noticed before this Colonel Caleb had a really big following. Unfortunately, he still had victims, so unfortunately, it is also a man who did this. There's just so many compounding things on top of one another that makes this so complicated, and hopefully you guys just understand that if you see bad, talk about it. Regardless of anything else, if you see bad in this community, talk about it, because we're supposed to look after one another here, and this is me hopefully looking after some of my viewers out there who would care to listen. But that being said, thank you all so much for watching. I hope that my words were not misconstrued in any way, shape, or form. And yeah. Anyway, I am Lynn, the Gacha Goblin, and I will see you lovelies in the next video. Bye now!